Hey, Kling Connection fam. We just arrived home from Italy. Sean and I went on an amazing vacation and we traveled all around Rome and some areas around the outside. And I wanted to tell you a couple things that if you get to travel to Italy and you want to take advantage of some things that we got to do, we're going to tell you all about them. One of the most amazing scenes you can get to when you visit in Rome is the Colosseum. It was the first site that we went to when we arrived there. And it's amazing. It sits right in the center of the city. You can see it from almost everywhere. And when you travel into it, you can kind of maneuver your way around and get inside to get the tickets. And when you get inside, you look up and you can see these amazing stadium walls, and you can walk around on the floor where the gladiators came out and they fought each other. What an amazing experience. It's old and grand and just really, really, you feel so old when you're there. It's not the American old, it's the European old. There's such a difference. And if you're heading to the Colosseum, we would recommend you get a tour and go with a guide. The guides really give you a lot of information, especially about things you wouldn't have thought of. Was really surprised at, if you've seen the movie Gladiator, right? And you see those gladiators come out and they're all like really, built and have very little body fat and they've got these huge muscles. Well, our tour guide told us, actually the gladiators were a little bit more, I would say, fatty around the center maybe. And they weren't really quite as buff and muscular as the movie portrayed them to be, because they were fighting each other and they were fighting animals, and they actually were a little bit more fatty to help protect their organs from their getting cut and stabbed and things like that. So a lot of the tour guides had this information that you wouldn't necessarily have thought of. One other really important thing to remember, there are a lot of street vendors in the area of the Colosseum, and they want to sell you everything and anything from water to bracelets to pamphlets to tickets to a show. If you're not interested, just shoo them away and say no thank you and turn away. And they won't bother you, but they can be a little bit pushy. So just beware, if you're not interested, just, turn away and say no thank you, and you should be fine. About 2 hours outside of Rome, you can take a bus and go to Pompeii, which is a gorgeous site. It's amazing when you visit because it was covered in ash by Mount Vesuvius in the year 79 AD. The volcano erupted and covered the entire city in this ash. It's been uncovered and still is being uncovered today, but you can go visit it. Sean and I got tickets through the site called Viator. It's a travel site. We get a lot of our tickets through that site. If you want to, click on the site below and Sean and I will get some cash back from the affiliate for us. But we did enjoy the site so much, and we love getting pictures of all of the different buildings and the houses, and it's like a little city. You travel down these little pathways. Bring your sneakers because there are some areas that are a little bit difficult to manage. It's slick because this lava that had covered is now been, it's really slick to walk on. So you want to be careful when you're there. The guides again will show you all the different kitchens and potteries that they've found and unearthed. You can still see the bodies, the casts that they made of the bodies that have been uncovered too. It's a somber place, but it's so interesting, and definitely take a tour there if you get a chance to go. It's a wonderful site to go see, and very, very historical and interesting to understand. So again, not far outside of Rome, about 2 hours, and a little bit further from Pompeii is the Amalfi coastline. And along our tour, when we went to Pompeii, we continued on and did the scenic tour of the Amalfi coast. And what an amazing view. If you have any type of, you want to see the scenic coastline with the beautiful, gorgeous Mediterranean Sea, and these mountainous ranges along the side with the cities of Sorrento and Positano, and these winding roads that take you up along the coast. You can see the yachts, these beautiful, huge yachts with these amazing beaches along the area where the people can walk down and sit and have their coffee or maybe their breakfast or their lunch. It's gorgeous. We loved sitting along the water. We had a lunch there, and we watched the people. They're walking around, they're enjoying themselves. It's just it's inquisitive of the typical Italian breathtaking, scenic outlook that you would want to wake up to every morning and you know, sip your coffee and plan your day for what the next adventure might bring. We loved it. We absolutely loved it. If we would ever move to Italy, we would move to one of those little towns along the coastline and spend the rest of our days. It would be wonderful. Another day trip that we had, which was awesome, we took a ferry to the island of Panza. But listen to how we did it. We left our Airbnb and we took a taxi to a little area where we met our taxi driver. And they took us to this area where we met to get on the ferry. But this little city that we went to was called Anzio. And when we went to Anzio, we were able to see the military cemetery on the coastline there. And it was beautiful. We got some great pictures. And you can see them on our site. Then when we got onto the ferry ride was about an hour, and we went over to the island of Panza. And Panza was where we were able to get onto the boat that took us all the way around the island. And on our route around the island, we were able to stop at some different places, and we were able to snorkel and swim and take pictures. The boat ride we had with some other people, you know, with us. It wasn't a private charter, but we did enjoy ourselves very much. We had a private luncheon on the boat. We had pasta made by the captain, who was just a fun captain to have as part of our ship. He was partaking in some beverages along the way, you know, with some of the other patrons on the ship, and he was, you know, pretty happy towards the end of the sail. But we had such a fun time. We enjoyed the water was crystal clear, the sun was shining the whole time, and just getting these beautiful views of the island and understanding what the island was about. They had pasta back in, you know, the early days of Italy from pirates and things. You learn all about this if you take the tour. And again, it was through Viator. I got the tickets through them, and it was a wonderful trip. The guides are amazing. And if you want to get a great trip, look it up through Viator. And lastly, one of the most amazing parts of Rome, of course, is the food. Everybody raves about the food in Italy, and the food is amazing. It's fresh and it's tasty and it's always cooked perfectly. The pasta is al dente, just as it should be. We experienced it all. The pizza, oh my gosh. I mean, the sauce is just, it's perfect. It doesn't have any of that acidity. The cheese melts just right. You can't experience that type of thing in America. It just doesn't exist. You have to go and taste it for yourself. And one of the amazing things is too, you can just walk along the streets and pick up just the most amazing food outside on the city cafe as you can going to a 5-star restaurant. I thought so. I mean, we went to, you know, the little cafe right down from our Airbnb, and I had a gorgeous focaccia with roasted vegetables that I thought was probably one of the most amazing things that I had the entire time we were there. And we went out one night and I had a gorgeous dinner of pasta and mussels and shrimp that I also thought was delicious, and spent a lot of money on it. And it was wonderful. So what I'm saying is enjoy all the food there. Try everything. They have all of it, and it's all so tasty. And we loved all of it. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Kling Connection. We're on everything. Facebook, LinkedIn, Rumble, you name it, you can find us.
Hey, Kling Connection fam, I'm going to step out from behind the camera. She's having a little bit of difficulty today, but we're on every platform: Rumble, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You know it. We're there.
Yeah,
we are everywhere. We're also doing a weekly podcast, and you can find us on every site that the podcasts are found. Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Stitcher, you name it, Amazon, we're there. So until next time, have fun storming the castle.